Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to another episode of VGC Prep. Actually, oh geez, what did I do? This is not a VGC battle. Well, we're gonna just roll with it. Yeah, this is a VGC team, but it's not a VGC battle. This is like a Smogon 6v6. I made a mistake, but that's fine. We'll just continue with this. I don't know why I thought this was a VGC battle, but we're just gonna roll with it. This is one of the teams that I use for VGC, so I guess it still kind of works. You know, I do use this in 4v4 matches. So this battle's against Shadow Chew. It's actually a test battle to get into the Elite Four for the Lithio League, which I've been part of since its inception. So, I'm bringing this team. This is my team that I am going to be, if I get the position, I will be using for the Elite Four. It's going to be Aromatisse, Tangrowth, Tyranitar, Camerupt, Dusclops, and Electros with 2 subs in the back, which I don't want to talk about. So yeah, I really like this team. You may notice that this is the Cosmic Brownie team that we've used in the past, with the exception of Electros and Tyranitar and Dusclops. Yes, I made some changes to this team. I put Dusclops over Kofagrigus, Tyranitar over something, I think it was Scrafty. I don't actually remember. Yeah, I don't actually remember what that was. Crawdon. I put it over Crawdon. I liked Crawdon, but I needed something for Charizard Y. So I brought Tyranitar. So, you know, I was looking at his team, and, you know, obviously we have Skarmory, Garchomp, Alakazam, Lapras, Shuckle, and Tyranitar. And, you know, I wasn't really sure who I wanted to start off with. I kind of figured the Shuckle was going to be coming first. And he said that I was like, ooh, look at that Shuckle. And he's like, I brought it for you, man. And I was like, yep, that means it's probably Shell Smash Contrary. So I'm going to have to try and get rid of that as fast as I possibly can. So I had to really decide, you know, who my lead was, you know, and I was considering Tyranitar at first, because Tyranitar does cover, you know, Lapras, it does cover Alakazam, it has something for Garchomp, and it can hit Skarmory. But the more I thought about it, the more I thought that, you know, maybe he's going to start off with Tyranitar, his own Tyranitar as well. So if I start off with Tangrowth on my own, that's going to be a little bit better for me. So I'm going to hit play, and we're going to get right into that. So I started off with the Aromatisse and Tangrowth. I want to get a Trick Room off. Even though Shuckle was there, I knew, you know, it's not going to really be doing too much damage. So, you know, getting Trick Room up against Shuckle isn't going to really be the big deal. So he actually does start off with Shuckle and Tyranitar, and I'm like, yes, this is exactly the lead that I was hoping for. You know, I can ignore the Tyranitar for a little bit because, you know, Tangrowth and Aromatisse aren't really bothered by it. Now, he does go for Fire Punch, and that worried me a little bit, but then I saw the damage, and it's like about a 3-hit KO with Sand. So I'm like, alright, I can probably take out the Shuckle and then focus on the Tyranitar, plus I'll be getting Trick Room up. So he goes for Infestation, and you know, that severely impacts my chances for a 3-hit KO there. And unfortunately, I was like, oh, what am I going to do here? So I get the Trick Room up, and, you know, Shuckle is going to go faster, but I figured he's probably going to go for a Shell Smash or something. So I figured, still, you know, my priority should be Shuckle. I do have Camerupt in the back, so I'm not worried about Tyranitar. I do have Electros in the back, so I'm not worried about Tyranitar. My main priority right now is to get this Shuckle down. So he actually goes for Rest here, and I'm like, oh, that's not good. I was like thinking, okay, he's probably going to be Chesto, but he doesn't have Chesto, so I'm thinking, okay, so you know what, I could probably spend some time not attacking Shuckle. So I go for Draining Kiss on Tyranitar, and unfortunately he has Weakness Policy, and I was like, oh, that's not good. So I do get the Power Whip off, and it's going to do the same amount of damage that it did last turn, so it's still a 2-hit KO, but it doesn't really matter, because even if Tyranitar did not attack me this turn, I still would go down to Infestation and Sand, so that was a little unfortunate on my behalf, but I still have Camerupt in the back. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to bring in Camerupt, going to go straight for that Mega Evolution, and because he's in the Sand, I am going to go for Helping Hand boosted Earth Power, kind of forgetting that he had Skarmory, kind of not really caring that he had Skarmory in the back. I'd rather take out the Tyranitar than not take anything out. Well, I mean, obviously I'd rather take something out, but you understand what I'm saying, you know. Tyranitar is a big enough threat that even if he did switch out, I'm still willing to take that risk. Plus, the Shuckle's still sleeping, so it's not a really big deal for me. So that happened, and obviously, you know, I didn't get very much damage off. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go for Heat Wave. I'm going to... I think I Helping Hand boosted. I don't remember exactly what I did there. I do believe I went for Helping Hand because I just wanted to make sure, you know, the Shuckle takes a lot of damage and the Skarmory goes down. So I do go for that Heat Wave, and unfortunately he does switch. However, you're going to notice that Heat Wave does a decent chunk to the Tyranitar, and we do get a crit on the Shuckle, so that's unfortunate. It does go down. But ironically, we are slower than the Shuckle, so... I don't think that really mattered too much. We probably would have taken it out. So in comes Garchomp, and you know, I'm thinking, okay, he's going to switch out of the Tyranitar into Skarmory, or he's going to Earthquake and Protect with the Tyranitar. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double into the Garchomp. I know for a fact that my Draining Kiss from Aromatisse won't take out Garchomp, especially now that I know that it's Mega. Obviously, I didn't know that when I made the choices. So I just doubled into it, figuring, you know, a Sand Force Earthquake is a lot scarier than whatever a Tyranitar can do. Especially since at the end of that turn I would be at full HP with both my Pokemon, so that's what I went for. Now he does go for Earthquake, and I didn't think that would be too bad, but it actually does a lot more than I thought it would, and that's mainly because it's not as weakened now, you know what I'm saying? So in comes Alakazam, and I'm figuring he's either going to double into the Aromatisse or try and finish off my camera up this turn, and since Trick Room went out, I figured it was going to be beating the camera up. And I figured, you know, with Aromatisse, as long as he's not going for Rock Slide flinches, he had no way to take out the Aromatisse, even with a double attack. So I just went straight for Trick Room. Now what I did here was I went for Draining Kiss into the Tyranitar and a Heat Wave, because I knew with Draining Kiss and Heat Wave I'd be able to take out the Tyranitar, especially since there's no sand anymore. So that worked out well for me because he switched into the Skarmory here, I guess predicting the Earth Power. But unfortunately I missed the Alakazam, and that was actually my primary target, because, you know, I figured the Tyranitar would go down after the damage from Heat Wave and Draining Kiss, and Alakazam can definitely take out my camera up this turn, and that was really, I was like, oh man, that's not good. So I missed him, and of course, you know, he does take me out, and I mean, probably the Alakazam was Focus Sash, so I probably would have gone down that turn anyway. So I'm not really sure. So I sent out my Electros because looking at the rest of his team, my Electros can clean up very well. So I Draining Kiss the Alakazam, just get some chip damage, maybe break the Sash, while I Wild Charge the Lapras, thinking that, you know, I'm actually going to have enough power to take it out. Unfortunately, it survives basically at 1 HP. And I'm like, oh god, what's he gonna do? And he goes for Confuse Ray. And now the cool thing about my Electros, I didn't see the Confuse Ray coming, but I have Lumberry. So that's just a really awesome turn for me. He just kind of wasted that turn. He didn't know, obviously, but that just worked out really well for me. So I went for that. So now, you know, we see the leftovers on the Lapras. So I'm just gonna Draining Kiss the Lapras to take it out, simply because I know for a fact that my Draining Kiss won't take out the Alakazam, and I want to take it out. So I'm gonna Wild Charge it instead. And that is exactly what happens. So now I'm in a really good position. It's 4 me, 1 Shadow, with only a Tyranitar left, and I have 2 ways of hitting it super effectively on the field right now, and I still have a turn left to Trick Room. So I'm in a great position right now. Pretty much, you know, I have Dusclops and Tyranitar in the back, so regardless, I'm in a very good position however this turn happens. So I go for Draining Kiss and I go for Drain Punch, and that will be enough to finish off the Tyranitar, which is awesome. So that battle went a lot better than I expected, mainly because that first turn, where I got the weakness policy off, I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to come back from that, even though I know I had camera up in the back. Ooh, oh, wow, way to go. I hit, damn it, whatever. I'm not going to fix that right now because, man, as you can see, there is a black screen right here. But there's nothing else to see because I did unfortunately just finished the battle. That was great timing, computer. What happened was I have my computer hooked up to a TV, and I hit the HDMI cord and it kind of fizzled out. It just happened again, and whenever the screen goes black, it shuts off this 3DS capture, so that's unfortunate. A very bad design, but whatever. So yeah, so that was the battle. I was really happy about the outcome, very happy. I really like this team a lot, and you'll be seeing this, you know, more on VGC prep, because I've pretty much done pretty well with it. I just, you know, I kind of want to hold off on using this team a little bit more if I do get the E-Force position, so, you know, people can't really counter-team me. But yeah, so, you know, the question of the day is, do you guys ever get tired of seeing me just use Trick Room all the time? I know a lot of people try to use diverse teams, and, you know, I've tried. I just don't do really as well without Trick Room, and I don't really know why. You know, there are battles where I don't even get Trick Room up, and I still do better with the team than I do with, like, a Good Stuff's team, and I don't understand why. You know, it's just, I guess because it's, like, a specific theme, and I can, like, follow through with themes a lot better than just, like, random Pokemon thrown together. But at the same time, I don't really do as well with rain teams, so it's kind of very bizarre. I don't understand it. Maybe you guys can understand something of it, because I don't understand it at all. But either way, you know, answer that question. Tell me if you guys want to see more diversity. I know I try to be really diverse with the teams that I use, even if they are Trick Room. I try to do, like, all sorts of Trick Room, all different kinds of Pokemon. You know, I had, like, that really fast Trick Room team that basically used Trick Room as a means to get Kangaskhan, like, sweeping. I also have, you know, like, really slow Trick Room teams. Like, this is a really slow Trick Room team where it's more bulk-based, so, like, even if I can't get Trick Room up, it doesn't really matter because I'm still taking those hits and, like, dishing out one-hit KOs back, you know. I try to use different sorts of Trick Room teams, but I can understand if you guys, like, get bored of Trick Room. I just have to find a team that I can use that isn't Trick Room, you know? It's one of those things that I just don't know what to do with. Oh well, thank you guys so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. Hopefully I'll fix this black screen, or this black screen, yeah, yeah, we're gonna point that way. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope to see you guys in the next episode. Peace.